We're already to June, halfway through the year. Where in the world has 2025 gone already, guys? I mean, it was just New Year's. So, since we have hit halfway through the year, I wanted to do a little video talking about all of the best of 2025 so far, kind of a half year best of beauty. And I like to do another one at the end of the year for like the whole year. But I think I did a half year one this time last year too for 2024. So I thought we're going to do it for 2025 also. I want to check out all of the beauty products, all the things I have tried this year to date, things that launched this year, not that I've tried, because I've tried way too much beauty to wrap that all up in one video. We're going to talk about of the beauty products that launched this year, which ones do I think are the best so far. So if that interests you, kick back and we're going to dive right on into it. And welcome back to the channel. I am Cher if you're new here. We do lots of different beauty curations. I definitely do a lot of different beauty boxes here. So I have a lot of beauty I've already tried so far. So let's dive into my favorites of 2025 so far. So let's first chat makeup. There's gonna be a ton in this category. So the first product I wanted to mention that came out earlier in the year was the Westman Atelier Bronzing Drops. Okay, guys. These are, okay, it's called the Sun Tone Bronzing Drops. I went with Soleil Parfait number 2. I'm gonna try to dig up my reel or short out there and try to put it here to demonstrate for you, but I am gonna go ahead and preface by saying that I am a Westman Atelier girl and I'm a luxury girl. So if you take the money factor out of it, I know it's very expensive, but for me, it is like just so much amazingness in a bottle. I look past the price. These are beautiful, gorgeous. And so I have their, like the complexion drops and I love them. And I think it's kind of one of those, you love it or hate it things, because for somebody who doesn't like so dewy, they're really, really dewy. And same goes for this one, a very dewy, bronzy liquid bronze, but it is so beautiful. One of my favorites. So absolutely loved this launch earlier this year. Now, on the flip side, if you want to talk more affordable, let's give you a little range here. So Versed came out with makeup this year. So exciting because I really love Versed in general. I've loved their skincare. Their makeup remover balms are my absolute favorite. They're probably my favorite cleansing balms behind maybe Elemis. And so when I saw they had makeup, I was ecstatic. I did a whole video just trying some things out from Versed and some things that stood out for me. Like I liked all the makeup, but I think my favorite is probably like the blush stick. I'm a big like blush stick person. I love the like minimalist, sleek, contemporary, I don't know what you call this, but just a very sleek, like modern look to them. I think they're so pretty. So these are some of my favorites. I got the shade Pinch. No, it's called, yeah, Pinch. And they're just really, they give this gorgeous flush. I love how they glow. And of course, everybody was kind of thinking it reminded them of the Merit Flush Bombs and just the Merit style of like that minimalist style. And I think that's what it is. I am a Merit girl too. I love Merit products, and this is like your more affordable version of it. So hands down, love it. And then I also really loved their lipstick, just their, they had a couple of different like versions. This is the smoothing lip blush though. I think it's just the packaging that it has that same feel of that the blush sticks almost. And I really love the shade. It's called Casual. So I would say actually 2 products from their new launch of makeup this year, and those are probably my favorites. Now, while we're talking about the blush and how similar it is to Merit, so these aren't new this year, the Flush Bombs. I absolutely love the Flush Bombs. However, this shade did come out this year, so I'll still mention it because this is my favorite. I have a couple of the blush bombs, but this is the one I gravitate towards, and this is called Lusitano, and it is such a gorgeous, like it looks bright. here, but it blends down so naturally. Isn't that gorgeous? So this has been a favorite also, and so I'm still going to count it as a new launch, not the product. The product didn't launch, but the shade launched this year. Okay, speaking of Merit, let's talk other launches this year. They came out with these lip pencils. It's called Signature Lip Liner. They are just, I love them. I love how they glide. They're very natural. So if you're someone who really wants like major pop in pigment, it's not so much, it's this very just natural contour line on the lips. They glide so well. I haven't run through them really fast, but I've been using them a lot, so I feel like you're still going to get a good bit out of them, and they just have such pretty colors. I got Toe Back and Bespoke, and I think that they're both perfect, like kind of neutrally tan but dark enough. Gorgeous glide. They're kind of that perfect blend that I like. They're kind of creamy, but not so creamy they're just gone. I don't like a really matte or like hard to glide pencil. That's just my preferences. So they're perfect. And of course I love the packaging as well. Now let's talk about another lip liner that came out though this year. This was a controversy, okay? And hear me out. Don't come for me that I have this in a best of video of 2025 because so many people hate this. They hate this. It's the Huda Beauty controversial lip contour. What's the name of them? Peptide lip shape contour. Okay, they're supposed to really contour your lips, plump them up, and it's kind of part of the controversy is everyone believes that Hailey Bieber knocked off like a K Beauty product, that this is like the exact same thing. Another controversy about it is the bad review that it gets is that it's not lasting because it's so creamy. It's just like gonna smear right off. And that's one thing you look for in a lip liner is like, how much wear are you gonna get out of it? You want it to last on the lips. Certainly, you know, you tend to see your lip liner is gonna last longer than your lipstick, right? And then the other complaint was like the other side is a really like plasticky cheap feeling and then kind of overpriced for like 20 something bucks. Okay, so what's interesting, when I first tried it out, I liked it because I liked the creamy feel of it. I liked the color I got. It's been the perfect color for me. So I liked it for the most part overall. And then I started seeing, but I only tried it like once. Then I started seeing all the bad reviews come in, and you got like Michaela was praising it, and then Jeffree Star was bashing it, and yeah, it was, yeah. And so I was like, oh goodness. So I questioned myself, and I thought, well, let me go really try this out and make sure I didn't give a completely false review. Like, what am I missing here? And so I started really looking into it, and I thought, well, you know, I see both sides. I do believe, yes, it's very creamy, so it definitely does not last you very long. And I agree that this is like a cheap, you know, yeah, like I almost don't bother with it. And the fact that she's knocking off a K Beauty brand is not really cool either. However, what I have noticed myself is that I reach for this almost every day. I have gotten to where I love this product. And I think it's just because it's got this like fat tip and it glides so well and it's so creamy, and I love how it makes my lips look. And I think part of it is the shade that I chose, because I think I got the darkest shade. I think I got Stretch is like one of the darkest shades. And so I just feel like it gives me a lot more like duck lips look when I wear it than almost any other liner that I have in my collection. Now I'm a MAC liner girl. I love MAC liners and I love ABH liners. Those are my favorite. But this really does contour my lips, guys. I do love it. So I'm going to include it, even though I know that's going to ruffle some feathers. I want to be honest with you guys. It might be an unpopular opinion, but I think I understand. I do agree with some of the beefs about it. And I think that if you're somebody who it's really important to you for the price that you're paying to get lots of color payoff that's going to last, then no, this is not a good lip liner for you. All right, while we're talking lips, let's chat about the brand new Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Tint. So this is brand new. I just got it like a week or two ago, actually. And so it's basically a lip stain. There's only like 2 shades out there right now in this, but you know, I'm a Tarte Maracuja girl. It is probably my favorite lip balm on the planet, even over like YSL even. I mean, yeah, I love the Tarte Maracuja lip balms. So anything in the Maracuja Juicy line, I'm gonna try it. I'm not usually a lip stain person, but if I do need a stain, I love this one. It is such a gorgeous, vibrant color. And what I really loved was when it first went on, it looked really juicy and dewy and it was beautiful. Like the finish was gorgeous, but then it stains down to a stain. And I did a transfer test. No transfer. You got to give it time to really dry though. If you do it right away, it will transfer. But after it dries down, no transfer. Stayed a long time. Now, I did wear it to the beach, and I will say, like, you know, it wore down a little, but it was still there at the end of the day. It wasn't as vibrant and full, like the whole lips weren't as full at the end of the day, but that was from going to the beach out in the salty air, swimming in the ocean, guys. So that was a really good wear test. So I was very impressed with how it held up. And what I do is I'll put that on, and it does immediately start to dry though after that nice, pretty, dewy looking, gorgeous finish, but such a pretty color. I got the shade Ice Pop. And then I put like a lip oil over it once it dried down, so that, because for me and my dry lips, like I can't handle dry stains very much. So I usually will come back over with a lip oil or something to hydrate, and it's the perfect combo. So love these, go get you some. Another product that came out this year that I love is the Milk Makeup Skin Tint, or it's called the Hydro Grip Gel Tint. I have the shade number 5 and love this stuff. I love the feel of it. It's a perfect mix of kind of hydrating, but not too dewy, but not too matte. It's just perfect. And I think it's going to be one of your more universal ones to fit a lot of different skin types, in my opinion. I liked the coverage. I love the finish. I love the feel of it. So definitely one of my favorites. I have an entire video out there where I did a skin tint roundup, especially that are cruelty-free brands, because I'm very big into cruelty-free here. I'm not 100% cruelty-free because I do a lot of beauty boxes and some of my older stuff, but in general, I try to choose cruelty-free. And this was one of my top picks. I've added so many since then, though. I've tried so many more skin tints that I almost need like a part 2 video on that one. So that was one of my favorites, but another favorite too, which is new as well, is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. This is so good. And not only is it a skin tint, but this one also corrects. It's also like color correcting, which you don't always see in a skin tint. It feels to me almost more like a CC cream. It's really good coverage, like amazing, and serum-like. So these are some absolute favorites if you're looking for a good skin tint. Both are new this year. Then a so new one that I'm actually wearing right now. I literally just tried it because I just got it in my paid Ipsy as an add-on. And that is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Skin Tint. So impressed with this. I'm so impressed. I think it is beautiful also. I love it. Now I will give a disclaimer. It's a mineral sunscreen. It has SPF 30, but you know, it's a skin tint. I have not had the chance to wear it out at like the beach yet, so I can't give you as full of a review, but I still wanted to include it in this video because I'm just so excited about it because I just tried it and I love it. I love the finish. It feels amazing. It is so serum-like, but like, not chalky, but like that perfect skin tint finish, you know, that it's exactly what I think of as a perfect skin tint. It's just, because it dries to you, but not too drying. It's gorgeous. And gives some good coverage too. Now, I did get the question, does it oxidize? Because I think there's some reviews saying that it oxidizes. I honestly have not noticed that it oxidized on me. The shade that I got is the 4 Light Neutral. It's a little light, but it matched my skin tone, but it made me look lighter. Now, I'm also wearing other makeup on top of it. I have on bronzer and blush, so there's spots that are darker, but overall it pretty much stayed. I don't think it's really oxidized that much on me. I think it is fantastic. I think it's gorgeous. I haven't had a chance though to get out in the sun and really test the wear proof and, you know, does it have like a white cast at the end of the day and getting out in the sun, all of that stuff. But I can tell you the finish of it, I love, and I think this is going to be a best of 2025. And especially being at such an affordable, like drugstore price, this is an amazing drugstore skin tint. Okay, more in like your complexion products here while we're talking about it. I finally got to try some Lisa Eldridge. Love her stuff. And she just came out this year, kind of at the beginning of the year, with the, what's the name of it? It's a concealer pen kind of idea. Pinpoint concealer, I think, something like that. I mean, the idea is it's not going to be as good for just completely like filling under the eyes and all of that, but it's for those really precise places. I think it is incredible. I love this stuff. What I use it for and find it so helpful for is the lip line. Because, you know, you get a little messy, your lines kind of go outside the lines. And so, you know, my tip usually, like as a makeup artist, I come in and I clean it up with concealer around the edges, but this way you're not having to go dot concealer and get you a perfect brush. Just come in with the pencil, clean it up that way. And then you can just kind of even like dab it with your finger. It's quick and easy. Or if you want to go get a brush, or if you want to get a beauty blender, but it just makes it where you can clean things up with a concealer line. And even like up here, whenever you want to map out a wing, and if you want to really make a precise like edge there, or a cut crease even, just places where you need it a lot more precise, this is good for like that edge right along the wing to clean things up, get into like little crevices here. I mean, you name it. So wonderful pencil. And I think it is genius. And I love the formula, the finish, the coverage. Just again, it's not great for like your wider concealer though. Like I wouldn't do all under your eyes with it. I've tried it and it was okay. Like if you wanted to do just a little bit in the corner here where you have your darkest spots and then blend it into some other concealer, like it works for that, but it's not going to cover as well going wider with a wider area. And another one that's new, like concealer, while we're talking about it, Kosis Concealer. Now they've had concealers that are still like, Kosis is kind of more new, honestly, in general, but it's not the concealers in general that were new, but they came out with like a new, more brightening, color correcting type concealer. So this is your like pink brightening one. And I don't typically do a pink brightening one for me as much. I just find it's almost too bright for me. I like the almost same skin type, and I do more like a color correcting to hide my bags. And I don't feel like brightening always hides your bags as well. I think it's more if you just want that brighter look, or you have a really light pale skin tone, it works for those skin tones. But I felt like the formula was so good. Like I love this creamy formula, kind of almost, does it have serum in it? It feels like a serum type concealer. It's just a really good like creamy one. So definitely was impressed. This is actually my first time trying any of their concealers, and so I really liked it. I just won't reach for it as often with it being the pink brightening, but I'll still use it like with certain looks if I have a very pink toned look and I want like more brightening, you know, to kind of match the colors around me. Like this is my pick for it. Okay, I also checked out Huda Beauty. Now I love Huda Beauty's line. Most everything she does I really like, but she came out with her little Ube collection. So I did a little video trying a few things from that line. she has the faux filler, and you know, she already had the faux filler, kind of came out last year, I think, and it's one of my favorite lip glosses out there in general, the whole line. But this was the new shade that she dropped as part of that Ube collection, which was this year. And I like this color, but I don't tend to always wear lavender on my lips very often. So I'm still going to include it as best of, just because I just know that I love, love, love this formula so much. And so for that nice occasion where I want a lavender lip, I think this is like your best one. Like, I love this above Dior, guys. I really do. I think it's better than like the lavender Dior. You know, lavender's like, and lilac is all the rage in colors. I think this is your best formula. So I'm going to say this is the best. But then she also has the like purple powder, and this is a very like brightening agent too, but purple does a lot too to like color correct and cancel out yellowness, dullness, hyperpigmentation sometimes. So it's been a really good powder for like the color correcting. And I got it thinking I was going to just keep it in my freelance makeup kit, but because I have things like the age spots, you know, in my skin as a problem, I've actually ended up keeping it for me as my personal powder, and I really like it. It does really like brighten though. So sometimes I prefer going more with like the peach, her peach pie one, but I change it up with this Ube one as well. Okay, then another one I am so in love with, you guys, so in love with. I just brought you guys sharing my new Hourglass customized palette. So this is brand new. It did sell out though, unfortunately, but Hourglass finally started having us customize a palette for ourselves. Now, several people have said they have been able, or they were able to customize everything. Like they could just make it a blush palette if they wanted or whatever. But when I did mine, and I talked to a couple other people who couldn't get it to work either, I had to follow the 4-step process. So it did it where you have your finishing powder, your blush, your bronze or contour, and your highlight. And so you had to pick one in each category, but I was able to pick it all out for my skin type, my skin tone, and like get all the colors that I wanted instead of a lot of the palettes that Hourglass has always done for us that are more curated by them. And so in love with how it turned out. I did a whole video trying it all out, trying it on for you guys, doing some swatch comparisons and things. And yeah, definitely it turned out so beautiful. So definitely a best of that we got to do a customization, and I just really hope they bring it back so more people have the chance to do it, or they'll start doing this more. Like when they come out with a palette, maybe they'll give us a custom option too. Like I would love to see more of these. Okay, so body care real quick, a little bit. I don't know what you call this. I guess body care. I think this is such a good launch. That just came out too. I just picked it up. The Sol de Janeiro Glow Motions Glow Oil. I got the shade Copacabana Bronze. It is so deep and glowing. Like you almost look like the Tin Man when you put it on, but not like silver, more bronze. But like it is so glowing, so pigmented. It is gorgeous and I adore it. So I've used it a couple different ways. First of all, just glowing body oil all over. It also has Cherosa 62, which is one of my favorite scents from Sol de Janeiro, summer fragrance also. So I'm obsessed. But then I also use it as like self tanner on my legs too, because you know I'm allergic to self tanners and all. So I use this one to like have a bronzy glow. It works more like makeup for me, and then I don't have an allergic reaction to like the products that are in tanning lotions. And it gave my legs the most glowy, like glimmering glow. It was gorgeous. I think it is probably my favorite bronzing and body oil product on the market, like ever, anywhere. And I have a lot. I do have a whole body oil roundup video too I just did. This is the winner above all, above all. And I've even gotten a few more shimmering body oils since then. Since that video, this is still number one. It is very tacky though. It is one of those that keeps its oily tackiness, stickiness, you know. So if you're not someone who loves that, it's probably not for you. It's not one that just seeps into the skin and treats the skin. It's very glowing and bronzed. It is gorgeous. But yes, an absolute favorite, best of 2025. All right, and then more on skincare. I only have like one little thing to share with you on skincare that launched new this year. I am a Tatcha girl too. If you've been around here, you'll know that. Yes, like I said, I'm a luxury girl. But Tatcha sent me in PR these items, which are their new brightening line. And so you have the brightening serum and you have the brightening eye cream. And it's going to be focused a lot on, yeah, the brightening, the vitamin C benefits, and firming. So, and a lot of those kind of products, I don't tend to always like as much because they all have that same like dull, rusty tan almost feel to them. They're almost sticky. I have a hard time finding brightening ones that I really love. But of course, I am not surprised that Tatcha saved the day and gave me a version that I love. So the serum, it's not like, you know, it is more that it is tinted differently, but it's more almost clear. It's not like, you know, that sticky brown that we always see in our brightening agents. And it just has a much better feel to it. It's smoother, silkier. I just prefer this so much over a lot of the others. And then the eye cream, I mean, it's just always, what can I say? Perfect. I mean, I love that they have an eye cream focused on the brightening because I don't always see that built into the eye creams as much. And so, and as always, Tatcha always puts their little spoon on the top, their little spatula. So you dig into it so you don't have to get your nails, your fingernails in there, your germs, you know, that are not good around our eye area. So always love how Tatcha packages things too. So another great product that just launched, you know, more in the skincare sector. They do have another one coming out that's more like a milky one. I got to check that one out. I hope that they'll send that in PR as well. So can't wait to try it. And then that just brings us to fragrance. Now I did just share with you guys a whole video on my favorite summer fragrances and like kind of went through like my top 25, and they included several new launch fragrances that just launched recently for the summer. So I don't want to rehash too much, but I do want to point out the new launches this year, what I've loved of the fragrance that I've picked up. Most of them are more this summer because the earlier ones that I tried in fragrance, they were kind of a flop, or I wasn't as big on them. I didn't care for the Kayali Rose Fleur. I didn't like the Cosmic 2 as much this time, even though I liked the Cosmic 1. What else did I get? I don't know. There's a few more in the winter, but I'm not a winter fragrance kind of gal usually anyway. So it doesn't surprise me that all my favorites are in the summer. I am a summer notes kind of girl. So my favorites of all that I think have been best of 2025. Now this is a repeat again. I know you've heard me, but if you're newly watching, Ellis Brooklyn Guava Granita, you gotta try it. So yummy. Very like fruity and tropical. It smells so good. Now, my friend Sharon commented that she got fruit punch in this. I don't know. I mean, I'm not getting that quite as much, but it's just like Ellis Brooklyn's one of my favorite lines. So you're gonna see a lot of Ellis Brooklyn in a minute here, but it's just gorgeous. It's everything for summer. And then another one too is the Juliet Has a Gun Miami Shake. This one is more like your strawberries and cream almost. So yummy. I think it came out like maybe in March or so, and I loved it. This is definitely my favorite of all of the Juliet Has a Gun perfumes I've tried. All of their other ones are okay. Like I like them okay. And I mentioned Lust for Sun was a pretty good like summer one, but man, this one I ended up loving. Definitely my favorite of all of theirs. And then of course, also Ellis Brooklyn. I did a whole video on this too. Their new milkshake, like body and hairsprays. Also, I think you can put them in your hair. And they are amazing. The banana is absolutely my favorite. You're gonna get a pop of that banana, which is heaven to me. But then I also really like the mango too. I didn't care as much for the lychee. I did give that one away, and it was pretty good, but I'm not gonna consider it best of like I am these two. I also tried out the new Ocha. It was my first time trying Ocha. If I say that right, guys, sorry. This is the Strawberry Sensation. So this was their new release just in the last month too, I think. And I decided to go for trying out the brand, but also the brand new one. I ended up really loving it. It's another one that has that kind of strawberries and cream smell to it. I feel like this one's a little more subtle though. Like you got to kind of build it up, but I'm not really a overpowering spray kind of girl myself. So I really loved it. So I think this is another hit of favorite fragrances that I've tried in 2025. So that's everything I think. I also talked about the vacation, but I liked like the Grand Cuvée, but I'm not going to say it's at the top of my favorites. So I'm not going to say it's like the best, because you may notice that my note preferences are definitely more tropical, fruity and sweet, you know, creamy, all of that. And so these are just the ones that are such favorites and that I just consider the best of the best. So that's what I wanted to include for this video, is the best of 2025 so far. I think that's everything. We took care of fragrance, skincare, little body care, and a lot of makeup. Sorry, I don't have palettes and don't really have hair care. But besides that, yeah, we covered a good bit. So that's everything I could think of. Have you tried any of these? Let me know. And make sure that if you want to watch more new releases, I cover a lot of different new releases, lots of different fragrance, lots of rankings and reviews, lots of beauty boxes where I try a lot of these things out. You don't want to miss it all. So make sure that you hang around here and pop that subscribe button if you want to see more, and definitely stay tuned towards the end of the year. I'll bring you a full 2025 best of beauty video then, and we may even break them down by category again like I did last year. So just stay tuned for it all. You don't want to miss it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.